What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We got a special one today. I'm on currently one of my pinnacle dream bikes, dude. This is a bike that I talked about when I was a little kid, dude. So if you don't know what we're on just by the pure sound of it, it's a 2002 Honda 954RR. It is a 6th gen Fireblade.
This is not a test. I don't know if you can handle it. I don't know if you can handle it. I don't know if you can.
It's the last Fireblade where they were basically saying that light is right, and they were trying to have the lightest bike possible. For reference, this bike makes 20 more horsepower than my 636, but weighs the same. And it's kind of insane, not gonna lie, because what do you mean I'm on basically a 1000 that weighs as much as a 600? And that's like the thing with this bike too. Oh, it sounds so good. It sounds so good. It's a little drizzling right now, but I think we'll be all right. Now, this thing makes 154 horsepower, which is about 27 more than a 636, or at least my 636. And the only reason I reference that is because that's technically the fastest thing that I've ever ridden. But for starters, man, this thing is comfy, dude. It's got a redone seat, and it's comfy, dude. Like, my ass feels all right. Pause. But for starters, the only thing that's been weird is it's the way that it's set up. The brake and the shifter for my feet are just in an awkward position because they're not set up for my height and whatnot. So that's kind of that. As far as like immediate things, that's the first thing I noticed, was that the pegs felt kind of off, just because of, you know, it's not set up for me, it's set up for somebody else. So that's why it sounds like I'm shifting weird, is because my foot's like in a really awkward position. The shifter's not near as bad as the brake is, and for what it's worth, it's very like, it feels kind of crazy. And this thing's got more of a square tire than you would expect, and I see that a lot on these kind of bikes, especially these early 2000s 1000s, is that they have like a more square tire, because people majority ride them on highways and stuff. Not saying that that's what this owner does, but that's what you tend to see quite a bit. And it's I don't know, it has just an awkward feeling that I just would have to get used to. But overall, man, this thing is like really comfy. It's actually kind of set up for my height. It's just not dialed to me. But overall, man, it's a 154 horsepower, like 72 foot-pounds of torque at like 9,000 RPM. I have no idea what this thing tacks out at, because none of this is working. So that's cool. But I guess it kind of helps with editing and stuff, because you won't exactly know how fast I'm going. So as far as this goes, man, first off, like, this thing is really comfy. And for a 24-year-old bike, I'm thoroughly impressed. I love the way this thing sounds. It's got like such a beautiful tone. And I don't know what exhaust is on this, but I think it's like a custom pipe that goes, it looks like it goes 4 to 2 to 1. And it sounds good, dude. Like, just rolling into it, like, it feels nice. It sounds good. Like, it's thoroughly impressive. So, but what I was saying earlier with the light is right thing, they were basically trying to build a bike, and by they I mean Honda, or at least at the time. We were trying to build a bike that was a light bike, but made a lot of power. So this is essentially a 1000 on a 600 frame. And you know, you get people that say that kind of stuff all the time. You'll hear that one guy that you know it's in your neighborhood, and he's like, yeah, I got a Gixxer 750, it's got a 1000 motor in it. You're like, all right, dude. But then you have something like this that really is a purpose-built 600 with a 1000 on the frame, you know? So it's an insane bike. They say the top speed is 172-ish. Obviously, everybody be like, it'll go 180. But GPS is like 172, 170. I'm not doing that today. I'm just enjoying the bike for what it's worth. And honestly, I'm enjoying the sound more than anything. This thing's really stout. I like the color scheme. This one's black and gold. I'll insert a little clip here. And it's beautiful, man. This is one of my dream bikes. But overall, it's just an extremely raw bike. That's what's impressive to me is you got 154 horsepower raw. Like, woo! This is a raw 150 horsepower. There's no assists on this bike at all. This is a straight up 150 horsepower. You got no traction control. I don't think this thing has ABS. Like, it is a raw early 2000s 1000 basically, and holy shit. But I tell you what, the torque off the line feels very similar to a 1000, or not 1000, to my 636. But I think the thing that is getting me right now is it's like you really have to be in the top of the power band to feel it wake up. And that's what I hear a lot with 1000s is people say that they feel very similar to a 600 until you really wake it up. Like down low, they say they feel the same. And I can kind of see that. It does, like, because it's a super sport, it has the exact same feeling. I see that now. This is technically like the biggest bike I've ridden. And it's lowered, so I'm really big on it. And I'm like squatted down to ride it. But it's basically, I can see what people say when they say a 1000 is like a 600 until you wake it up. And like down low, it really does feel like a 600. I'm not gonna lie, at least compared to what I've ridden, and all of which have been newer bikes. But I've rid a 2006 and a 2009 CBR, and both are double R's, and this feels the exact same until you wake it up. And by wake it up, I mean like really getting the power band, and you really feel it start to pull, because that 150 horsepower is not at 4,000 RPM. It's at like 12, or for this probably about 10. We're gonna be a little careful because it's kind of wet out. The owner's riding with me on another bike. They won't be in the video, but because they requested not to be, but they're letting us check this thing out. Another thing I want to note is this thing stops like impressively good. I mean, it's got some really big brakes on the front. It's dual piston, or not dual piston, dual caliper, dual rotor. Technically dual piston, I guess, because there's one piston per side. Whatever. Man, I don't even know what to say right now as I'm riding this thing. It's impressive, dude. Like, and this is like technically the biggest bike I've ridden, but like I said, it does feel like a 600, except it's got a lot more power. So I want to say, similar to its time, the 600 CBR was probably around 110, 115 maybe. Don't quote me on that, I could be wrong, but I want to say it was around 110, 115, and then you have this, which is a 150. But because it was on a 600 frame, it's basically 40 to 50 pounds lighter than most 1000s of its class and of its year. And with that, it makes this thing feel insane. So it's quite impressive. I'm sure I probably even haven't done like a little half of a pull. This thing is insane. Like I said, this is one of my dream bikes, dude. I don't know why, but they've always kind of appealed to me. I might flip around though. We're starting to get a little wet. I don't want to do anything crazy. This amount of power. in the wet, because there ain't no traction control keeping my ass on the seat. So holy shit, dude. That's just rolling into it in second. Oh, I'm getting soaked. I'm getting soaked. I'm gonna snag one of these turnarounds. Start heading back. Dude, I think I'm more impressed with the sound more than anything. This thing sounds so freaking good, bro. Holy cow. You open this thing up and it goes, dude. Holy cow. Oh man, of course it starts like pouring on us. Forecast is like, nah, it ain't gonna rain. It rained. It's currently raining. I don't even really know how much footage I have. It's just me geeking over this thing, because this is like a dream bike of mine, dude. I think the hardest thing about these nowadays is finding a really clean example, because if I got one, I wouldn't really want to get anything like, I don't know, like super used. Like, it doesn't really bother me at the end of the day, because it is a 20-something-year-old bike. You're not going to find one with 0 miles on it, and if you do, holy cow, you found a gem. The thing that I would be iffy about would be getting somebody else's like project, basically. So getting something like this, I think it would be hard to find like a really clean example. And if you do find a really clean example, and I'm not just talking about like a little garage kept one, I mean like really clean. Like, you're looking at a bike that has never been dropped, never been low-sided, never been anything. I think it would be very hard to find one like that, because this is one of those bikes that it's kind of like mid 2000 CBRs. Like, they've all been wrecked, they've all had some kind of damage to them at some point, they've all got different motors and all that. So I think finding a really clean example of one of these would be kind of hard. But I tell you what, this bike is as old as me. Yeah, I just thought about that. Holy shit, this bike is as old as me. I was born in 01. This is made in 02, meaning it came off a showroom in 01. So this bike is as old as me, and for something like this, man, it feels insane. It is like, it's raw. It gives you all the feeling of a 600, because it's basically a 600 frame, and you got the power of 1000. Dude, this thing kind of rips, dude. I may have to go back and talk numbers on this thing. It needs a little bit of love, as every bike does, every used bike does. But maybe I could be the one to give it that love. You know what I mean? Maybe I could give her the love. Maybe I could give her the love she needs. Maybe not. I don't need another bike, dude. There's like 4 bikes in the dang stables at the shop. We don't need another one. Well, actually, we just got rid of one. So technically, that means we can add one back, right? That's the rules, right? That's the rules, right? You get rid of one, you can buy another one, right? Oh, it sounds so good. I hope that the mic is picking up the audio. I'm in love with the way this thing sounds. It's raining and I don't even care, bro. I just realized that. It's raining and I don't give a shit. Dang. Dude, this thing's insane, honestly. I mean, like I said, finding a really clean one would be kind of hard, but finding one that needs a little bit of love, maybe. Need a little bit of love. A little modern touch. A little bit of modern touch. I would ride it just for the freaking noise, dude. Like I said, I'm soaked right now, and I don't even care. I won't even care. Ain't care. Yeah, guys, I was ripping low key. I'm pretty sure it spun when I got it in first, so I grabbed second and kind of rolled into it a little bit more, and then it topped out. I don't know if it was spinning or not, but it kind of felt like it. Ah, it's so good. It's raining and I don't even care. I don't even care. It's got the power. It's got the sound. It's not overdone. It's a sure, it's probably a run-of-the-mill 954RR. But this is a pinnacle bike for me, dude. This makes me want one even more now. I've always loved Fireblades and shit, but imagine one of these with some modern touches, like a newer flash ECU, a quick shifter, and like new stuff on a bike like this. Holy shit, dude. The amount of like time and effort that it would probably take to do that would be pretty insane. This would be a cool project for sure. I don't know if I'd ride this more than my 636, but I tell you what, I don't know how. I don't know if it's because it's lowered or I really have no clue. But it feels, I'm not gonna lie, it feels way more comfortable. My back doesn't hurt right now. We've been riding for give or take maybe 20 to 30 minutes, and it's, oh man, it's really comfy. I don't know if it's just the seat or if it's the position, but the position feels a lot more upright than you would think. And I think that's just a trend with those older 1000s, like the early 2000s 1000s. Those early 2000s 1000s are like, the way that they're set up is like they're low, they're fast, but they also have a very upright position compared to the sport bikes. So like you see a CBR600 and like the newer Fireblades, they all have that really raked look where it pushes a rider forward to keep the front tire down. They kind of have that like that look to them. And this, it didn't feel like it really, I mean, it's raining so it spun, but it didn't feel like when I got it in first like it wanted to stand up. It felt like it just wanted to go straight. And that's honestly kind of impressive, because I think that a lot of, like I said, a lot of these 1000s, that is the common nature of it, is the way that they're built is so like, I don't know how to explain it. They're built to go straight. I mean, that's why you see a lot of these boosters with like fatback tires and stuff like that, because they're comfy. You can sit upright on them. Like I'm sitting upright right now, like, and I'm 6 foot, and like my knees aren't cramped. I don't know how stock this thing is. Like it's got different foot pegs and stuff like that, but I don't know if this is a factory location or whatnot. But y'all see how my knees look on the 636? They're all up in the tank. Now, that's not an issue on this bike. My knees are like pretty low comparative. Like I said though, I don't know if that's just if that's how this bike is, or if those have been changed or not. But if they have, this bike is extremely comfortable. And I think that's the difference in my 636 and this, is that my 636, my knees are all the way up in the tank. Like it's made for somebody who's like 5'6" to 5'9", that doesn't have quite long legs. And this feels like it was made for my height. It's very comfortable. It's got all the noises. I could see with a more track-oriented tire, like a Rosso 4 or something, if you could find one in a size that would fit this, I think that it would be kind of insane, honestly. So it would probably handle really good too, because these bikes are supposed to handle good too from factory. The way that they're designed, they're supposed to be light and fast and nimble. And a lot of people, what they do, like I said, they get this more square tire to make the bike a little bit more comfy, and I can see that. So if we were to do like say I got this, say I put like a similar setup, like a tall like super sport like track tire, something that's got a lot of curve to it, not a flat tire, but something that's got a lot more curve, then you could be able to like handle in corners better than what this is currently. But it still feels extremely light and flickable compared to what I would expect. Now, this still is a 415 pound bike wet. Add a couple pounds because we're even more wet right now. But, you know, give or take here or there, this thing was made to be super light because it's got, you know, it's got forged internals from factory, that's kind of cool. It's got forged internals from factory, and it came with a titanium exhaust. So insane. Now, this one's obviously a different exhaust from factory, but man, this has been a cool one. I'm gonna take a little bit more footage when I get back, just for some B-roll stuff. But man, if y'all enjoyed, it's been fun, and yeah, I mean, we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.